Hey, good morning everybody. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Paul. I own and operate TCI Development. We're a building contracting company located in Southern California. If you've been following along on my channel, we poured the concrete on Dustin Williams a couple days ago on Saturday. That came out really nice, so we're moving forward with that project. Going to start getting his shop put up soon. I believe February 21st when the shop's going to start going up. But yeah, we finally got through the hurdles with the city over there and got that project started on getting its foundation down. Now we are out here on the large home build going in the Temecula wine country, and we're pouring footings today. So we've got about 25 trucks coming out today to pour these footings, but we did have a little bit of a delay. We have a bridge that's down here on the driveway, and basically the bridge is made from a rail car which actually holds over 300,000 pounds, but none of my concrete drivers or companies wanted to come across that bridge. And then my boom operator said, well, if the concrete guys don't want to come across, we don't want to come across. There's no specs on the bridge, there's no placard of anything, and you know, if we build a bridge then we put a placard or whatever on it, but nothing's on the bridge. So I had to have my structural engineer come out, do all of his calculations, and then you know, he was on vacation, so we had about a week and a half delay, but we'll make it up. But the good news is we're out here now pouring these footings. Because of the size of this structure, this is a large home and it's really long, 185 feet. We're going to pour all the footings. We're going to do this in 2 pours. So we're going to pour all the footings this morning, and then we're going to call for inspection next Monday. Today is Tuesday. We're going to call for inspection next Monday, and then next Tuesday we're going to pour this foundation. So we're going to go down right now and check out everything that's happening down here. You know, we have all our bolts and all of our hardware is in place, and we're going to go down and get a look of how we do all this. And then if you guys wouldn't mind, if you could just give us a thumbs up on our video right here. It just helps YouTube to recommend our videos to other people and helping us grow our channel. So let's go down right now and check out what's happening. Let's go over here and take a look. This is the area where we're going to have massive I-beams that hold up this porch area. And we have these templates we put down in here. These are huge footings. These things are about 5.5 feet deep. They're massive, but these are our templates that our I-beam is going to weld to. Those things have to be exactly where they go. Okay, they have to be spaced the correct distance as they are on the plan. That's why you see this string that we ran right here. We use a laser, and we set these things right to the middle. There's a nail in the middle. We make sure they're exactly where they need to go, height-wise and width-wise. So we have those two. We have 2 more over here. Same thing, you know, we lined everything with this string, but those are super important, those templates. You know, those bolts going down in there, those are massive bolts, 7/8. Actually, those are 1 inch, and they go down in there about 3 feet. So when we weld up these I-beams, then we'll come back and we'll put these big grade beams in here. It's just a bunch of steel that has to go between here before we pour the rest of this footing. So that's what's happening with this project. If you go over here, you can see the anchor bolts I'm talking about. We have all these anchor bolts and these anchor bolt hangers. They just sit here on these hangers. That way we don't have to deal with them. We put them at the height we need them, and then we just pour around them, and they're all set. You know, way back in the 80s and the 70s, we had to kind of scab those in by hand on pour day, and then some genius invented these anchor bolt holders. So, but wherever there's big hold down bolts like these right here, these are 1.125" right here, we set those first, and then we pour the footing around them, and then we come back and pour the concrete over the top of it. But that's what's happening out here today. You know, we're just getting all these exterior and all these grade beam footings poured. You know, that way all we have to do is deal with the foundation on pour day. But this right here is Clinton Haley. Clinton owns Precision Setup Concrete. He does all of our foundation work, and they do an outstanding job. So they do all of our stuff for us, and we don't ever have problems when these guys are doing the job. So same thing here, right? See all the bolts in place? This is why we pour the footings. We need to make sure all this rebar that's going in here is in here. That way, when we pour this foundation, when we grade this all out, we put our sand and our moisture barrier and all of our steel, when we pour this, I mean, it's going to take these guys all day. We've been here since 5 o'clock this morning. This is an all-day pour just to do these footings because this house is quite large. So it's best to do it in 2 pours. As you can see right here, these are stem walls. So this is the finished floor on the stem wall, and the slab will be lower than this. This is a back-to-back bathrooms right here for the kids' rooms. You can see that. That's the shower box right here. Same thing right here. Those 2 are toilets, you know, back-to-back. There'll be a framed wall right here, and a lot of this plumbing's going upstairs. But, you know, just too much work to try to do all this on 1 pour day. So go over here. Here's the garage. And originally this house was going to be built out of insulated concrete forms, but because of the cost at the time with COVID and acquisition of products, we chose to go with just doing a double framed 2x6 wall. So most of this house is a double framed 2x6 walls. Here's our main water line. We stubbed that in right now. That way we don't have to deal with it later. It comes up inside the outside wall, stubs out right here, and we'll connect our main water service to it when we're ready. But you see right here, these stem walls, these guys are going to start stripping these stakes off now. But yeah, they finished out these stem walls. This right here is just blocked out because there's a door here that's going to exit. This is the garage. There's the main garage. This is a smaller garage. And there's going to be a door that exits out right here. So they blocked that out. But you see how wide this is? Because it's going to be a double 2x6 walls. So yeah, we use these right here. We put a lot of these on here, these kind of braces. When you have stem walls and you're building things up at certain height, it starts getting real heavy. You don't want it to fall over. And some of these stakes, you know, even though they're strong and they hold, these right here are adjustable. You put a stake in out here. We've stripped them all off, but we had one every 2 foot on the inside and on the outside. That's just so it keeps, you know, stays nice and plumb. Oh, you can see it right here. Right here, this side, we had them every 4 feet all the way down. These things are really, you know, stakes are strong, but these things are 10 times as strong. So things are looking good. I'll show you another thing that we do. I always make templates depending on what size electrical service we're going to have. I make a template. This is for a 400 amp panel. I have all the dimensions in my computer at home. I set all of our conduit for this 400 amp panel. Now, it doesn't take all of these, but I fill every hole that's in that panel because I don't want somebody coming back later when we build the swimming pool, which is going down there. I don't want to come back later and have my electrician drilling into the stucco to run out an electrical line. So what I'm going to do is, you'll see right here inside the foundation, I ran conduit. You see it stubbing out down there? That conduit's going to go down and I'll run it out the house over there. And then that way, that's a shorter run to the swimming pool whenever we build that pool and we put the panel in for the pool. It'll come out over there instead of having to go all the way around this house with the price of copper right now. That's very expensive. And all these other ones you see, these are just extras. You know, I stub them out like I did right here. You can see these white ones right here. Well, this is sprinkler timer, right? This will come up in the wall in the garage. But I ran extra conduit out because this is a large property. There's probably going to be a lot of irrigation. So I ran 2 lines out for future sprinkler timers. This is for the gate that's going to go down below. This is just an extra for, you know, whatever. If he wants lights out here on the property later on, we can run electrical out. But I stub extras out down below. These things come out in the ground down below in our utility trench below us about 2.5 feet. Then there's our main service feed right here. But you always want to figure out the dimensions and the cutouts and the hole spacing on whatever size panel. If you're using a square D 200 amp panel, or if you're using a 400 amp panel, I have all the dimensions for all the panels, so I make a template. That way, when we go to set the panel in here, all of these will line up with the holes on the panel. It just makes life so much easier. Like I said, this is our garage. Big garage here, small garage. But yeah, things are looking really good. You know, we've been going at it since about 5 o'clock this morning. We will be out here all day. We'll probably wrap up at about 3:30 or 4. But yeah, all the hardware set in place. That's what we were looking for. All of our plumbing's where it needs to be. And now we're just going to pour this foundation. We're going to grade this all out. Backfill these. We're going to backfill all these plumbing trenches. Grade this all out. Put our 2 inches of sand, our Visqueen moisture barrier, 2 more inches of sand. Then put all of our steel. Call for inspection for next Monday, which we already have set up. We'll pass our inspection, and then we will pour this foundation next Tuesday. So that's what's happening out here today. Appreciate you guys watching. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up on our video if you like the video. It just helps YouTube recommend our video to other people, you know, and it's helping us to build our channel. So don't forget to go over and follow us on our Instagram page at TCI Development. Hope you guys are having an awesome day. Have a great week, and hopefully you can learn something by watching our project that'll help you with your project.